Hello and welcome to Mr. Randy's Wine and Spirits. I am Mr. Randy, and today we're going to be doing another off-the-rip episode. Today we're going back to the roots. We're going back to Irish. So, if you're new to the channel, hello, welcome, come on in. All my returning viewers, always great to see you. You know how we do, so let's get it on. So today is going to be the Dark Hedges Irish whiskey finished in cognac casks. Dark Hedges, the Emerald Isle made. Oh, yep, Claddagh. See, there's my family crest. Sort of. I mean, that's kind of an odd looking way of doing it, but you got all that nice, lucky Irish soul finished in cognac cask. I don't go right. Pride of Ireland. Okay. 40% alcohol by volume. 750 milliliters. Here's the backside. Not much to look at, but hey, you can't always judge a bottle by its backside. Let's go ahead and get this cracked open here. Anywho, we'll take a look at you in just a second. Let's go ahead and get this cork pop. Nice. Synthetic cork. Nice big knobby knob to hold on to. Geeky. Let's go ahead and get that pour going. There we are. Set you down. Set you down. And let's take a look at the box, shall we? Imported by Saranti Imports, Connecticut. This box is kind of, it's got sort of like, and it's just basic black text over white plain box. We'll put that to the side. We don't need that for the moment. So we're going to take a look at what's in the glass, shall we? Eringo. So only very slightly are you getting any kind of cognac influence on the nosing character. I've always been somewhat weary of, finished cask Irish. There's a lot that could go wrong, and a lot of these variations in the cask that it's finished in is sort of a eccentricity. Very niche kind of people would go for these kind of things. That's why they're not as popular as a lot of the stuff that's in the mainstream. I'm not talking like Jameson and stuff like that. Like something that bridges away from just straight up Irish whiskey. Something that has a little bit of something special to it. I am only getting very faint darkness to here. Like some kind of like deep, rich darkness of like dark fruits maybe. Like dark grapes from the cognac. I'm not getting much of the regular whiskey, the Irish in here. It's like, right now it's off the rip. So three-part series I do. Part 1 is off the rip, get it home, crack it open, have my first pour, share my first impressions with you, because that's what we do, baby. Part 2, that wasn't me, I promise. Part 2, drink it halfway down. After, we'll drink it halfway down, we'll cork it, we'll put it back on the shelf there, and we'll let it sit for about a week and a half, 2 weeks. Let it open up, let it mellow out. I'll go online, I'll do some research, probably find next to nothing but opinions. There's more than that, than anything else on the interwebs. Whatever I can find, I bring it back. We talk about it, I score it, continue to drink it, because part 3, final pour episode, right down here, thusly named, we have that final pour. We compare it to today's first pour off the rip and everything in between. Okay, sláinte. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. So you are getting a significant enough influence off of the cognac cask that it does come across the palate relatively easily and quickly. If you've never had a cognac, as far as my own personal opinion about cognacs, it's a hit and miss situation. Sometimes it's more of a miss than a hit. It's just like rye. You got to do rye the right way for me, or it just doesn't work. I'll drink just about anything Scotch. Bourbon is kind of like the same way with the cognac and stuff like that. It's a hit and miss, but mostly miss. You got to go through a lot of bad stuff in order to know what the good stuff is. Let's go ahead and get one more on there and we'll talk about it. Okay, that's nice. Look at that. Look at those legs, man. Look at those legs. Beautiful. I'm actually liking this one. I'm actually liking this one. It does. I would say it's probably 2-part cognac with 1 part Irish. I'm saying you're probably getting more of the cognac on the palate than you are the Irish, but the Irish is there to sort of, I guess, lighten up the cognac. That's nice. I need to get back into some cognac or some, maybe even some brandy. Brandy is like, it's like throwing darts in the dark. It is. Some of them are too dry. Some of them are just nah. I gave up on that a long time ago before I started the channel, but I am considering getting back into the brandy and the cognac. I mean, there's a whole wide world of libations out there, and I don't want to be anchored down to just one sort of libations. I do wines. I do reviews for wines. I do reviews for brews, beers, other craft beers, and I haven't gotten into a lot of mixer stuff yet. I've done a few mixers things. Haven't done any, like, what do we want to call them? Seltzers, hard seltzers, pre-mixed sort of deals. I like to mix my own stuff. I mean, if I'm going to mix stuff, I like to mix it myself. That way I control how much, I control exactly what kind of, spirit is being used or infused into the libation. So I don't want just like a generic vodka if it's going into a cocktail. I want to use a specific one, or maybe a gin. Maybe just bypass all that and go with a tequila. I'll get one more on this and we'll do the finish. If you liked the video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. And while you're there, if you haven't done so already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. The channel's growing very nicely, very low and slow. That's how I like to go. Getting about, I'd say probably about a subscriber every other day. But the subscriber count, sorry, what was that? It was some from my lunch, sorry. So the subscriber count isn't really what is important. It's nice to see it, but it doesn't matter. The views are way more than subscribers, but unfortunately, the saddest part is the interactivity. The interactions, the responses, the comments, that's what I really look for when I go online to check to see how the channel's doing. I want to see what people are talking about when I do a video. What is it they're talking about on the video? Did they like it? Did they say they didn't like it? Maybe they have a suggestion of something better. That's usually what I go looking for. I would be even fine with just saying, it was okay, man, thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever. But yeah, I love the interaction. I love the comments and talking about libations. Let's go ahead and do this finish. There were two other expressions besides this one. There were other finished. One of them was, I think, rum. And there was another one. I didn't stick around long enough to see what it was, but I just needed to get in there and get out. It was a crazy weekend. Everybody's out and about. I had my list. I went in there and I got it. I grabbed this and like a whole bunch of other stuff. I basically did a run, a haul, if you will. So let's talk about this finish. It's kind of making me gassy, making me burp. So it's easy, it's smooth. That cognac is definitely mellowing it out, smoothing it out. You're getting some cheeks action, some gums, a little bit on the tongue, which is pretty nice. On the back end, we're going to say it's just barely over a 1 as far as the heat goes. A little bit of warmth in the back. This is very nice. That was a very easy, very nice, rich, mellow finish. I had seen this before, and I thought to myself, I didn't pay attention to like the cognac finish or anything like that. I just saw, you know, the dark hedges, all the Celtic stuff, and the like just dripping with that Irish, you know, what's the word? I can't think of it at the moment. But it's that whole sort of thing, you know, like it's just dripping. It's like wearing a fur coat made out of Irish. And it's like trying too hard, but also kind of hitting a mark, you know. And I've seen it before. I thought it was just like a gimmick whiskey. But then I was like, you know what? I need to get back into the rotation of trying an Irish, a Scotch, a bourbon, a Japanese whiskey, going through all these things, and then jumping over to wine and doing a wine review, and then jumping over to the brews and spicing in a brew review every now and then, switching it back up, going back to a cognac or something, doing cocktail reviews, doing all kinds of different things. So just keep spicing up every now and then. We're going to get out of this corner, I promise you. We did a little bit once or twice here and there of different angles and different places. It's just that this is my little corner where I can shut the rest of the world off. Sometimes I can turn everything off but the cat. But this is where I have the best opportunity to get these videos done. And yeah, I know it gets redundant, but I promise you, things are going to get better. I'm going to clear that garage out right now. It's still a bunch of our stuff is still stacked in there. We're whittling away at that. As soon as that garage hits, we'll probably build like a little man cave. I told the wife, I said, the garage is mine. I said, it's mine. Park the car outside. Garage is mine. It's going to be a shop and a man cave. Anywho, there it is. In the comment section, let me know where you're at. What are you drinking? What's going on in the world of libations around you? Have you had the dark hedges? Which one have you liked? Which ones have you tried? And how do you feel about them? Let me know in the comment section. And as always, thanks for stopping by here at Mr. Randy's Wine and Spirits. I think I'm going to have another one of this. I think I'm going to have one more. Yeah, I'm going to have one more. Yeah, that's good.